Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of MOLEK-SYNTEZ. We, in the last episode, kind of learned a little bit about how the game works, but not really. And figured out an approach to making nitrous oxide that would have worked eventually, but sure was quite a drag. So this episode we're going to try some simpler stuff. Maybe don't get involved with giant molecules until I understand the rules. So we just need like some nitrogen via ammonia and some oxygen via water, and then to combine them in a clever way, hopefully. Let's see, so I guess I want some space in between the two, maybe. So I kind of want like how do you remove F? Yeah, so 6 will be removing one of these, and 3 will be pushing to get them to connect to each other. No. First, 3 will also be removing an atom, hydrogen. Right. Then when I push them, they'll connect up quite happily. And then all that remains is to remove. I can remove all the hydrogens from here and from here, and I think I'll be done. But I don't know exactly the best way to do that. I mean, I'll just use another emitter. It's fine. No, not add, remove. And 4 can remove after this move has occurred. And then we can emit here. Wait, what happened? Everyone has a bunch of stuff left. Okay, well, first of all, 6 should... Yeah, okay, so... Wait, so I said... Okay. So they actually all act simultaneously. They don't act in sequence as I imagined that they would. So we need 4's instructions to shift down a bit, maybe. Yeah, and we don't want to output this just yet, I guess. Now they're all bonded together, and at this stage, we could probably remove this excess oxygen. If we do it at the same time, I don't know which way the nitrogen will choose to bond. That would be an interesting experiment. Ah, no, the middle one is already... It's already maximally bonded, so removing hydrogens from these two ends won't do anything. And someone can emit here, it doesn't matter who, right? Yeah. Well, this is not very elegant. But it works. Amphetamine. Oh, we're making... Are all of these drugs? I mean, anything molecular is like kind of a drug, right? But like ethanol, yeah, okay. I don't know, peroxide? It's not really like a narcotic, right? Neither is ethanol, of course, but it's like, you know, alcohol is kind of a thing where it's like nobody sniffs peroxide, do they? I don't know. GHB, I don't even know what that is. Okay, we have to make something very large here. Wow, okay. Gosh. A newfound respect for Breaking Bad, right? Actually, is amphetamine crystal meth? I think amphetamine is... I don't even know if it's involved. I really don't, you know, surprisingly, I don't have any idea what the chemical formula for crystal meth is. So I guess we, like, this looks a lot like benzene kind of stapled together with some propene and ammonia, right? So carbon has 4 bonds. Does everything here have 4 bonds? I feel like on this last puzzle, I want to revisit that briefly. So I think there might be something that I'm not getting. Well, I know there's something I'm not getting, but like, look at the colors of the molecules. They like, when I remove a hydrogen from them, they change colors. It's not exactly subtle. Like, I can clearly see the change occurring. But if you just showed me 2 molecules, or two different atoms, I don't know if I could tell you for sure which ones are lit up, right? I guess it's like they have a thicker border and it's also brighter. And they lose that when they get bonded together again. They even briefly have it when I take away their hydrogens, and then they lose it when they rebond, which makes sense. So right at the moment, everything here is balanced. It has all the stuff it's supposed to have, right? And so none of it is lit up. And then I say, take all this stuff away. Although actually, just out of curiosity, can I send it away at the same time all this is happening? No. Okay. I say I remove all these, and now these 2 are lit up because they're like sad. And when I look over here, I don't observe these guys looking sad, right? They don't have this big thick circle around them. So I don't totally understand what this means. I mean, I guess I have like a working operational understanding so far, but not like a deeper meaning understanding yet. Right, kind of like enough to kludge stuff together, but not really to understand why it works, probably. Now, in principle, of course, we could just do this with like 2 benzenes and split one of them in half, and like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot of work, right? Why would you do that? So, and we need also ammonia, right? And somehow we have to put these all together to make this. So there are kind of a couple of main steps, not all that many. So like, for example, we need to remove one thing here, right? Are all these carbons at 4? I guess they are. It doesn't look like 4 because there's only a few hydrogens, but they're double bonded with each other, right? To make up the extra bonds. So this will open up a space, and at the same time, I guess, we will open up a space here, and they'll bond together, right? Yes, perfect. And honestly, oh, we have to futz with the bond here, huh? That's a bit tricky. Because, like, okay, we clearly need to remove this, but this guy is tricky. I think we maybe need to add a hydrogen to this carbon. And remove one from this ammonia so that this carbon here will choose to bond to sever its double bond and create a single bond outward instead. Yeah, right? Did we actually make the right thing? It looks like it. Yeah. The double bonds are all right in this. Okay. So we can now just emit it. Okay, so I don't know if it was totally clear what I did there, because it wasn't exactly obvious to me, right? The problem is that this carbon is completely satisfied already. And so the question is, like, how do you make it bond with this nitrogen? You can remove, like, okay, let's say we don't have 3 do its thing at all. If you just remove a hydrogen from the nitrogen, or from the ammonia, making it like, I don't even know what NH2 is. Okay, whatever. This carbon still sees no real reason to change its bond structure. Right? It's already perfectly happy here. It would also be happy over here, but this carbon would be unhappy. And so the system does not resolve itself in that way. Right now the nitrogen's unhappy, but, you know, and we could satisfy it by moving a bond here, but that would make the carbon unhappy, and so I guess things don't tend to, like, go from one unhappy state to another. They'd rather remain the same, I guess. And so to fix this problem, we tell this carbon, you can't have as many bonds to your neighbor carbon by giving it extra hydrogen. And in that case, now both of these molecules are unhappy, and they somehow negotiate with this middle carbon to rearrange their bonds. And now we have the state we actually wanted. Seven is the fewest modules. There's not anybody out there trying to do it with, like, just with one fewer. Because it really seems like if you wanted to, you could, like, use fewer of these guys, right? Like, I mean, there's a number of ways you could try to do it. Like, have this guy remove both of these, right? That would be a way to save number one and cost ourselves a little time, right? Pretty easily. Let's just try that to see why it doesn't work. I would understand if they stole ethanol. I'm not doing the gritty voice today. Sometimes you need such help to make it through. But formaldehyde, it's without reason. Interesting. This guy is speaking not quite like a native English speaker. And it's not, like, wrong. It's just, like, it's awkward. Anyway. So, oh, right. I backed up because I wanted to copy and then get out of here 1. And I was just thinking have 2 do this, for example. And I don't know, I have 3 submitted now. Oops, I changed the wrong one. It was 6 I was trying to change. Okay, so 1 is no longer doing anything, but 2 should stay the same. 6 I want doing this. Right? Yeah. So that's fewer modules. Interesting. So we're a bit to the left of the graph of like normal here. And I could continue, right? Like 3 is not really necessary. 2 could do all of that work. Right, so take 2 and move him left, add a hydrogen. Right. Yeah? And then someone's going to have to submit, of course. Yeah, that's fine too. Interesting. How did everybody use so many modules? Like 7, yeah, okay, that seems pretty obvious. But using, like, I don't know, what is that, 9? 10? Maybe more than 10. Huh. I don't know. Okay, let's move on to GHB. Oh my god, it's Y-hydroxybutyric acid. I'm not a chemist. I don't know what that's for at all. So what do we have that looks close to this? Well, we have like 3 carbons with some oxygen on the end. That's kind of cool, right? Oh, this is promising. Acetic acid, right? This looks very much like this part here, right? I just need to remove one of the carbons from this guy and bond it onto something that looks like this, which is CCO. Do I have that lying around anywhere? I guess ethylene glycol is CCO. I'll have to remove one of the oxygens off the end to jam them together. Yeah, so actually I never did find out whether, or did I? Whether the bend in the middle of the molecules mattered. Was that what was wrong in the first episode? Or was it that they had formed the wrong bonds? I don't remember. Well, I don't think it matters at the moment. I should be able to make this correctly oriented without any big nuisance, so I guess I might as well. So let's just orient it like it is up here, just for convenience, to make it easier to think about. And I guess scooch it down a bit. And then also give me the... What was it I wanted? Ethylene glycol, yeah? Yeah. So, we have something like... Ew. Keep them a little further away, please, before... So, sort of like this. Now, I think we want to, like... add some hydrogen here to... Oops. On 2. To kind of sever the bond here so we can afford to wipe out this oxygen. Which is on X. And then... So this... Okay, I guess we'll have 4 do that. We need to remove a hydrogen from this to make space for bonding here. This already has the right number of hydrogens, so that's fine. Although, actually, this is not oriented the way it wants to be to line up with this stuff. Right? It kind of wants to be like... No, that's the same. Why is this so hard? I guess it's actually supposed to be like this, huh? Yeah, because it's this part. Okay, got it. So 2 should be here. Yeah, so 4... Now, if I remove this bond, it won't, like, add more bonds to hydrogen or anything. It'll just get kind of sad for a little while, right? Yeah, and then they bond together. Oh, wait, this oxygen is in the wrong place. So this is my chance to find out, like, does this count, or do I have to get it oriented right? Yeah, this bend here, they're not happy with, right? That's the only problem in the molecule, is this weird bend. Okay, that's fine. I can fix that relatively easily. I think, by just like, let's grab this guy, and it can be his job to fix that. Actually, we're gonna need, it's a 2-man job. Your job is gonna be to remove a thing and then push it, right? Your job is, you're what, 6? To push it and then put some hydrogen back. Oh, it's still... Oh, I don't want to remove. I want to add to sever them. Got it. So that's 5. This should actually be an add, please. And yours should be a remove. Yeah, but I was worried this might happen. Now the 2 carbons have double bonded to each other to make up for this, like, this imbalance. Did they, what even happened here? Oh, yeah, the problem is these 2 carbons became 2 close friends, and you can't really split them up at this point. So maybe I should do these 2 operations separately, so that the carbons don't see bonding with each other as a solution. Right now they're unhappy, but there's no way to fix it, and that's kind of the way I want it. Now they're actually all happy, right? At this stage. So if I said, starting on step 5, please do this stuff. Oh, whoops. I adjusted the wrong one. You. Oh, wait. Starting this early? Really? No. This is right. Starting here. Okay. Then you do your thing. Now they've all kind of rebonded the way I wanted, and I can sever the oxygen. I've pushed it, and they're still not, like, cooperating, but that was sort of the idea. Now this is what I wanted. And you can output while all these guys fix themselves, right? Oh, no one even had to move. Yeah, so there's not. Oh, look at it go! It's like definitely a weird one. Did well on symbols, huh? Obviously not great on cycles. I wonder if it might have been better to just use some like atomic carbon or something. What even is that? Like, what carbons do I have available? There's actually no way to get just like carbon lying around. You have to make propene or something, which is what I'm doing. Okay. I wonder if it might have been useful to start with... Oh, I did start with acetic acid. Oh my gosh. Oh, right. I'm not using propene. I'm using ethylene glycol and removing one of the oxygens. If I had instead used propene and... I guess I'd need to remove a carbon anyway. I don't know. Okay, well, fine. So obviously this could be made more elegant somehow or other with you know, fewer modules or whatever, but I'm not like good enough at this game to really be focused on... I don't even know what it is I'm interested in optimizing for. So I'm just happy enough with this solution. It kind of does some cool stuff, solved some kinds of problems I didn't know about yet. Let's move on. We're making diethyl ether. Okay. What do we have that looks kind of like this? We want 1 oxygen and 4 carbons. We want 1 oxygen with 2 carbons on each side. I don't know that I really have anything like that. What if I started with methanol? Right, because like methanol and propene is the right number of everything. And then I just have to like shuffle it around. Alright, it's 1 O and 4 Cs. Nothing else really seems as promising as that. So, okay, let's just put that down for now. And what I need to do is separate the oxygen. And separate one of the carbons so that I can move them around each other. I keep like trying to put instructions in here, and that doesn't work. Yeah, so now they're all separate and they can't bond with each other, and I can like push them into the right place somehow. So this goes here. I need the carbon to go up and stay there. And then I need the oxygen to go over and this carbon to also go up. So let's take one and put you here. 5, could you also go up on that turn? And 2's job will be this. Why is 2 not pushing? He can't do it because there's someone there, so I guess he has to wait a cycle? Oh no, 1 is already pushing... Wait, what? Yeah, that's correct. That is the right shit. How did all this stuff come into being? Oh, because I'm operating... Yeah, I've emptied the space where this spawning happens. Okay, so why don't you guys come over here and do poles instead, so that the new molecules won't be in the way. 1 and 6. Oh no, 6 can stay where it is. I don't care about 6, but I want it to be able to like re-add the hydrogen later, right? So can 2 actually do this at the same time then? No. 2 really does have to wait. Okay. And now I'm aiming at all the molecules I care about with 1, 6, and 5. So what needs to happen after all this? We need... This carbon number 1 can stay the same. This guy needs to lose 2 hydrogens on 6, I guess, right? And needs to start on cycle 3. Yeah. Okay, I'm on starting on this cycle, number 4, 5 wants to lose a hydrogen as well. What happened? This... Oh! I guess I need to just add a hydrogen to this carbon to make its bond to this guy less strong, so there's room to connect into the oxygen. Oh, I need to remove 2 on 5, right? Yeah, this has to happen twice. Okay, there it bonded fine. But Now each of these needs to lose a hydrogen, is that correct? I could just have 4 spend all this time doing that. Oops, start here, please. Oh no, they triple bonded to each other. Oh, because I wanted to do the opposite. On 4, we need to... on this one, we need to add a hydrogen. On the other, we need to remove one. No, on both, we need to add one. Right? Is this what we wanted? It sure looks like it. Yeah. I think we should be able to output now. Anyone but 5 should... No, he's pointing at the right thing. He can do it. Okay. I don't think this is how chemistry works. But I'll take it. Pretty disastrous on all counts, huh? Okay, well, that's fine. Alright, so we finished the top row, right? Oh, I should know better. Someone who believes the world is logical is bound for disappointment. Yeah, so we finished the top row, and we learned solitaire, of course. And I guess in the next episode, we'll get started on chloroform. Why not? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.